Good morning, you guys. So I'm just gonna tell you right now, this video is most likely out of order just because of my editing schedule. But essentially, I just got back from Incheon and lately life has felt so heavy. That's the best way I know how to describe it. It's just, yeah. So I wanted to escape it just for a day. I wanted you guys to be able to escape it. I want us to just try to have some fun and do something creative and just be in our own little bubble today. So I am actually gonna be doing my Rosetta Stone lesson first, but then after that, I have something very, very fun planned for us where I saw on Instagram a video where they were making these light up houses from Michael's and turning them into gingerbread houses. But I wanted to do my own little spin on it, my own little creative take, and I just want to put some good back into the world and just do something nice. And I thought, how cool would it be if I did bird houses in the same kind of style? And so I figure let's go over to Michael's and get stuff to do that. And then that way the birds can have their own little houses this winter and it'll look all cute outside for gingerbread houses. But before we go over to do that, I do want to do my Rosetta Stone lesson because next week I actually have a 2-day laying over in Guatemala City. And so I want to touch up on my Spanish. Now, I by no means am like fully fluent in Spanish. I basically know what they call airplane Spanish, and it's essentially enough to kind of get you by on the airplane. So I want to brush up and learn a little bit more with our Spanish so that way next week I'll know a little bit. I try to do this whenever I'm going to be working like an international flight that primarily speaks a different language, because with Rosetta Stone's unlimited language lifetime subscription, I get access to all 25 different languages from them. And other than just touching up on my Spanish, I have been learning German and I've just been doing it at my own pace, which is also what's really nice about the unlimited catalog because there's no rush. I can do it when I have time and I just go in the way that works for me. And I also want to thank Rosetta Stone for sponsoring today's video. So why I like Rosetta Stone specifically is I love their way of learning. It's very immersive and they present you with different images and words, and then you have to use your own context and logic and reasoning to connect the dots. So I feel like it's so specific to your brain and makes you really learn the language as if you were there. And there's no vocabulary list, just like in the real world. So you really are learning immersively, which is one of the fastest and most effective ways to learn a language. And they have a voice recognition tool, which I think is so useful. So essentially it matches your audio to audio of native speakers, and then it provides you feedback on how well you pronunciated or said certain words, which I think is so nice because then it teaches you good habits from the start. So you don't learn a bad way to say the words and then continue to do it until it's now a problem and a habit in your brain.
Die erste Person in der Schlange ist groß.
Die erste Person in der Schlange ist groß. So if you're ready to cross off learning a new language from your goal list, or you're kind of like me and you want to dabble in a bunch of different languages, you can go click the exclusive link down below in my bio for 60% off of Rosetta Stone's language catalog subscription. And this is for life, all 25 languages for only $149. So if you're ready to start your language journey, now is the time. And once again, thank you to Rosetta Stone for sponsoring today's video. Now let's finish our lesson and head to Michael's. Okay, so I just got back to my house. Now, the original person who did this with the light up houses, I'll pop their video right here. The houses that they chose to use, mine didn't have, but also these are light up houses. And when I was looking at them, they had like little light fixtures in there. And I don't know if that's safe for birds. So I thought better safe than sorry, just get the original bird houses. Now, the other funny thing is that somebody had a cart full of bird houses. So I don't know if they're doing the same thing I'm doing or what they're doing, but they really picked over the bird houses. So there wasn't a ton of options. So I tried to pick picked the ones that like looked the most like a gingerbread, where they would be a little bit more flat. So these are the two that I decided on. So this one's super cute because it also has like little doors. I might put this one on the fireplace mantle outside. I don't know yet, or maybe I'll get like a hook to like hang it from a tree or something, because the birds also like to be by the fireplace. And then this one doesn't have a hook either, so I'll have to figure out how to hang this one. So I know like traditional gingerbread houses don't quite look like this, but I thought these were probably the best fit out of what was available. So for paint options, I had to do something different than them. So the original person used acrylic paint, but they used the brand Americano. I think it's called like Deco, and they used the shade Brown Sable, but my Michaels didn't have that one. So I just picked up this, and it is in the shade Coffee Latte. And then I picked up the same exact thing that they used for the snow in like all of the design. And then I just picked up one paintbrush so I can go ahead and paint this on. And then this is basically gonna just be doing it by hand. But while I was out, I also grabbed lunch because I haven't had anything yet. So I ended up picking up Panera, and I did one of their value duets that they have. So it's like cheaper to do it because that was what I was gonna order anyways. So I got tomato soup as well as a half tuna sandwich. So I'm gonna go ahead and have lunch before we get started because like I'm starving. Also, if you can see the giant mess behind me, please ignore that because we've been decorating for Christmas. So like all the boxes and stuff over here, like my fall decor and stuff, I'm trying to put away, as well as just some like regular home decor. And I haven't really got everything settled yet. I love Panera's tomato soup. The funny thing is like sometimes they give croutons like to go on top, and then sometimes they don't. Like I never know if I'm gonna get them or not get them. They kind of were a little skimpy with the tuna, but that's all right. Or maybe it's just all coming out the back end. I don't know if this is weird, but I also like to dip my tuna sandwich into the soup. Look at that bite. Yum. I'm making a mess. My lipstick's probably gonna be everywhere. I also need to pick up a trip the day after tomorrow. I don't know if I wanna do like just like a turn or a 2-day, but when I looked this morning to try to get something, there was nothing. There was literally nothing. And there was only one 2-day. It was an Odan, which is like on duty all night. So I would basically have to fly somewhere, the last flight of the night, have just like a teeny tiny layover, like I don't know, 6 hours, but by the time you get to the hotel, you basically have 2 or 3 hours to take a nap, and then you have to go back to the airport and then work the flight back. As far as like service goes, they're actually like super easy to work because a lot of people sleep on both flights. But as far as exhaustion for me, it's really high. And then on top of that, I get stuck in rush hour traffic going to the airport and coming back home. So plus sleep deprivation, and it's worth the same amount of time as working like a daytime turn. So to me, it's just it's not worth it. I know some people with kids, they like to work it because essentially when their kids are going to bed, then they can go off to work and then they can be back home by the time it's time to take them to school. But also when I work them, I'm just like dead the next day. I'm absolutely useless. I love international. I love the long haul internationals, and those go really, really senior, but not everybody likes those either. Some people don't like those at all. They don't want to be away that long, or they just don't want to be on the airplane that long, which is very valid, especially for like Asia or Auckland. And now we're doing Brisbane to Australia, so that's extra long. So you really are on that plane forever. You feel like you are never getting off. But because of all the storms in Dallas recently, I've actually seen Brisbane dropping on ETB quite a bit, but every time it's dropped, I've already been on a trip, so I haven't been able to get it, but I am hoping to get that trip. That would be a good one. I've never been to Australia before. I also need to go out to the garden. Because of all the rain, all of my fruits and veggies out there have been like really thriving, but it's starting to get cold, so I'm a little bit worried for them. I ordered a greenhouse, but it had like a broken part, so I put in a thing about returning it. I'm gonna try to get a new one. Probably need to do it sooner than later or all my plants are gonna die. It's so messy. Well, it looks like my house already has a visitor, just A visitor of the wrong kind. All right, well, never mind. That was a big old fail. I had to come inside because that bee wouldn't go away and I didn't want to accidentally hurt it. And then Lucy came over and she's interested in everything, and that table's only like yay big, so it's already hanging over. So I just thought, you know what? Better safe than sorry. Let's come in. So I finished the first coat on that and I just started on this one. Now for like the little indents and stuff, I did need a smaller paintbrush. So I already had like a set here. Now I'm gonna move on to this, but I figure I actually wanna put on like a Christmas movie or something. I think I'm gonna watch the Holiday Baking Championship. I love shows like this.
Greetings, bakers.
So both of them are finally painted. I would do a second coat, but I pretty much used almost that entire thing, which I didn't expect. And while those are drying, I think now is the perfect time to go outside and take a look at the garden. Well, well, well. Who is that? Who's that big boy? Hello. Hello, buddy. And I don't know what Lucy's doing. She looks like, oh, there's a squirrel. There's such a squirrel. She's such a goober. That thing is like way up here. I also need to come refill my bird feeder. They like clear me out. I think about every 3 days or so they'll go through this. My tomato plant is looking really sad, but I do have some tomatoes here and I've got some others over here because this is a yellow pear tomato. So they kind of have like this shape to them. My banana tree, look what it did to the leaves with the storm. This is a patio banana tree, so it won't get any bigger than that. And then I repotted these 3 for my mom. These are her 2 blueberries and then her raspberries because I was gonna put them in my greenhouse until I realized it was broken. But all 3 of these, I finally potted this one. Those are all my blueberries, but look at all of these habaneros. And this is my avocado tree. It's like leaning really bad. I need to get like a taller thing to keep it up, but I ended up putting this outside because I knew it was going to rain, but even my guava ended up growing quite a bit, which is this one right here. And my dill is coming back, but every time it does, something eats it. And then I have breakfast radishes, which if you can see, this one's like ready to pick. Then over here, I've got bell peppers. So there's one right here, and then there's another small one right here. And back over here, I have my cucumbers. And look at this one, but look at this monster over here. It's gonna be a big one. And then down here I have green onion, and then I have my bok choy. So I took a few pieces. It looks like something came and munched a little bit, but I took a few pieces off this and cleaned them up yesterday and had ramen with some of this and the cilantro. Uh-oh, this got all tangled up. Let's see if we can untangle it. I got this whenever I was in Mexico City, if you guys remember. There we go. It was from a local artist who made that. And I love wind chimes. And if you guys remember, this was my quote-unquote kohlrabi. Looks like all my kohlrabi got eaten, but it looks like a bird planted the sunflower there, which is massive now. And then over here, I have cucumbers. And this one's got a lot of babies on it. So this one and this one. And then I got a couple down there. Also, I planted another tree. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you probably already saw that I was doing that. So I planted this one right here, and the tag said it was a red delicious apple, and it was on sale at Lowe's for $18, which is crazy price for a tree. It's this tree right here. But then when I went to actually plant it, when Chip was digging, I looked and there's a tag at the base of the tree that said it's a Santa Rosa plum and not an apple tree. So I thought that was kind of funny because we already have a Santa Rosa plum tree further down the way. And then this makes me so sad. So the bucks were around. I even saw them coming through here and they chopped up my tree. They got it really good. This was my green apple and I don't know if it's gonna be able to come back from this. And then last but not least, just one more thing over here, we have my pineapple. Look how pretty this one is. You guys, do you see that? Oh my gosh, hold on, let me zoom you in. Do you see this? That is not there before. I think that's gonna be a pineapple. Oh Oh, that's crazy. Oh my goodness, that happened whenever I was gone. That is so crazy down there. We are gonna get to see that make a pineapple. The really cool thing with a Mila pineapple is that it actually is supposed to be able to produce pineapples much earlier than any other pineapple. I think it said like in 1 to 2 years it can produce pineapples, whereas other pineapple plants usually take, I think it was like 3 to 5 years. Oh, I forgot, I need to pick this up. I fed Boots, the stray cat, like the neighborhood cat I've kind of taken in. She comes daily now, and so I feed her every single morning, and she meows really loud through the door when she hears this in the coffee room. Girl, this is not for you, crazy eyes. This is not for you, pretty girl. You already ate. Also, we have this hideous bowl because my mom was getting rid of it, and Chip wanted it, and I was like, fine. And it has stuck around with us for years now, but I was actually thinking about buying tinsel and putting tinsel around the horns of it. It's all like just rusted out. It had like these berries growing up it, which was really pretty, but then the storm broke it and they died. Foos. Good boy. It's that time of the day, 2:22. I always see angel numbers, but it's time to have our mega pint of iced coffee. And Lucy wants an ice tax. Come here. There you go. Sometimes she eats it and sometimes she just plays with it, but I'm gonna have the Stoke, the black cold brew, and then I'm almost out of this, just a little bit of the sugar-free or zero sugar peppermint mocha creamer. It's good. I can usually only find the zero sugar at H-E-B. I have a hard time finding it anywhere else for some reason. Have to give it a good little mixy mix. So good. This seems dry, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a couple test runs with this and then we'll start doing it. I heard like the key to making this look like really gingerbready is to do like lots of dots and swirls. Good morning, you guys. I know it's a disaster behind me. She's got a gnome. You guys are driving me nuts this morning. This guy already took his dirty feet and jumped on the sofa with 2 dirty paw prints there. Excuse me, Bronson. Turn the tree on. You guys, okay. So I went to my sister's house yesterday and I was still gonna film over there, but then it was actually my niece that started dyeing my hair and I didn't really want her on camera. So then I didn't film, then we just got to chatting and then I filmed nothing. But I had gotten Todd a shirt like a few Junes back and it was at my sister's house. And it's this little pride shirt and I just got it back yesterday. It's funny because it's oh, thank you for the kisses, Todd. It sits pretty big on his front arm, so it kind of looks like a muscle tee, like when he walks. I'll show you. It looks like he's got like big arm muscles. I think it looks better, like, hold on. Here, give me a walk. Give me a walk, bro. Give me a flex. Super cute. Okay, I'll let you back up. All right, let's get some coffee. I need to refill this. I like when it's all aesthetically pretty, especially because it's like one of the first things that I do in the morning. But let's go ahead and use this one. So while the coffee's going, after I came back yesterday, I just did a little bit more. So I just wanted to show you guys, but I had to stop again because I started to make a mess, but I think it's pretty cute. I still need to finish this one, and I probably have like, I don't know, maybe half of this left. These were 2 of the bigger birdhouses, but just so y'all know, if y'all do any more than that, I would definitely grab another one of these and this. And then this is good just to keep by side with like a brush, so if you do mess up, you can like kind of go back in and fix it. Good morning, Chipperooski. This is how people walked in high school. I made a post about it. Oh, that was good. Oh, look who it is. It's Bootsy Boots. What do you need? What do you need? It's Boots. Hi, Boots. Today, she's getting the tuna special and add a little bit of water. Bronson, you're so chatty this morning. No, this is not for you. Not for you. Oh, hello. Good morning, Bootsy. Come on, let's go eat over here. Good morning, Boots. All right, so I've been drinking my coffee and sitting and doing the front. I haven't done the rooftops yet, but here's the front of this one. Come on, Carmi. Good morning. Ooh. But did I get you yesterday? Can you sit? Can you sit? Oh, good girl. Okay, so I had to go run to Walmart, but I got another one of the puff paints so I can finish. So I wanted to show you guys the final product. Okay, so here are both of the houses. And then here's the side, oopsie. And then the back. And then the other side. This was just so fun to just freehand. And I feel like even though it's not perfect, like those little details just kind of make it personal and unique. And then I love the snow on top. I just love how that looks, which is why I want to go get another one. But here's this one. These I had to do dots because it was like hard to reach under there. And then here's this side. And then lastly, the back. So now I kind of have to decide if I want to just put them on the fireplace mantle or if I want to get like a hook and then some Christmas ribbon or something and put them in the trees. I'm telling you, just do it by yourself or like grab a family member, put on a Christmas movie. This was just like the most calming and relaxing thing. Hi, Miss Carm. Hi, Carm. You want to say hello? Hello. All right, you guys, but if you did enjoy this video, if you wouldn't mind giving it a big old thumbs up and press that subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye.